Hello, Pokerbrandon here. This hand was played on a Tuesday, 2-3 no limit hold'em, around 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. Pretty much going to see a lot of regulars and trying players, type players on a Tuesday, weekday type, afternoon / not nighttime. But anyway, my VPIP here is always pretty low. I'm never too splashy at the table. You might catch me being splashy during a tilted, maybe could last from anywhere between like 1 minute to an hour. It could be pretty tilted. But anyway, in this hand I was not tilted, low VPIP. I opened to $8 and I get a call from the cutoff end of the big blind and we go 3 ways to a flop. I gotta say, I do like a small open on a 2-3 table. I like an $8 open. It's about 2 point something x the big blind, and it definitely lets me see flops if players are not 3-betting. So yeah, anyway, flop comes 10-9-5 and it checks to me, and I think holding top pair, decent kicker here. I think I have the best hand unless I got unlucky and somebody just called with like queen 10 or king 10. So I'm gonna go for value, and basically I just want to target a flush draw or a 9 or a pocket pair. So I would suggest you always keep in mind what you're targeting when you're coming up with a bet size. I think some players don't really think too far into it. They just see that they have a pair or they want to put out a C bet, and then they just kind of decide, okay, 33% of the pot, 25% of the pot, half pot. Like, I don't know what players are thinking, but you should definitely keep in mind what you're targeting. So I figure $25 would definitely keep a 9 maybe in, and a flush draw for sure in. But the flush draw hits on the turn after the big blind calls, and I'm heads up with the big blind, so he checks it, I check it back because I'm a little bit afraid of the flush. Then on the river, which is another 2, my opponent leads out for 60. So in this spot now, I got a hero call or I got a fold. I think raising here is a little bit stupid because I think players at 2-3, they're either going to be bluffing with air, or they're going to be, they have like the nuts. And it's always weird. Like, you never know. Like, a player could be betting huge here. Like in this circumstance, he bet 60. That's a little bit big. It's pretty big. It's almost the pot. It's a little bit less than the pot, but it's almost the pot. It's almost a pot-sized bet. And basically, he's saying I got a full house or like the nut flush or nothing. So I kind of leaned him towards nothing. I kind of leaned him towards maybe a 9, and he's stabbing at it. A missed straight draw like king queen, and he's stabbing at it. So I end up making the call because I think his bet size is just a little bit too big. I felt like if he did have like a big hand, he would have went a little bit smaller. So based on that, I make the call, and he says the beautiful words, "You're good." And I already know what he has. He has a missed draw. Whether it's a flush draw or a straight draw doesn't matter to me. So I don't need to see it. And in this circumstance, I just turn over my hand, and he looks at it, nods his head in agreement with his words, "You're good." And he slowly mucks his hand, and I try to get some info. I just try to say, "Oh, you missed your straight draw," and he kind of just looks at me, doesn't want to acknowledge anything, and he just puts his hand away. But anyway, I'm Pokerbrandon. I won this hand, and I'm out.